let's look at our running problem. So we have the same set of numbers, 0 0.3, 0 0.8, 1.2, 2.1, and 7.2. But now I'm changing the scale, the max, from 4 to 8. If you recall, we had three range, 4 to 6, 6 to 7, or 7.01 to 5 to be very exact, and then there to 8. If you look at the higher range, the blue region, your MSC is very high for floor. So therefore, you choose ceiling because that will give you lower MSC. On the left, the green region, you see the block MSC is very high or comparatively high for ceiling. So therefore, you choose the floor rounding scheme, right? In the middle between 6 and 7.0125 was the interesting area where if you look at the block MSC is very high for ceiling. So therefore, you choose floor as your rounding scheme for the scale. And as soon as you cross 7.0125, your MSC changes, the relative MSC, and then you switch back to ceiling. Now, this is just an example, a typical example of how you could configure your system to switch scale based on what you want to emphasize. If your focus is you want to minimize MSC, you could do that. But you could come up with a various other technique and simplified formula or recipe to actually pick one or the other. And each of these scheme have complexity, and often you might have to pay hardware penalty. So the game here is really figure out what is the simplest and easiest way to actually come up with a scheme which is easy to implement in hardware. There you go, floor and ceiling rounding for the scale.